Grand Rising, Magical Souls. It's Iswa. Thank you guys so much for your support yesterday on my live. We had a really great time. But this rising, I wanted to go over some things that I did not get to go over yesterday. And then I want to go into our silence activation for today. And I need to do this before 7 a.m. because that's when the silence actually starts for me. So the title of yesterday was called Are You Ready or Just Comfortable, right? And fun fact, today is Wednesday, and that was named after the planet Mercury. Okay, and Mercury, it rules communication, it rules the mind, messages, and how we think, right? And also how we speak. So today, on a Mercury day, we're not talking anymore, guys. We're listening more. We're listening more. And because a lot of times we don't realize the difference between comfort and being ready. A lot of us, we feel like we're ready. And so I want us to go through this silence activation to really hear our inner voice and really decide what has been holding me back. Am I just too comfortable? Is it comfort speaking, or is it readiness? Okay, because comfort, it feels like it's familiar. It feels logical. It's saying like, let me wait, maybe next month, maybe when things are perfectly aligned, I'll figure it out on my own. I'll go and watch all these different things and try to X, Y, and Z, when you know that that doesn't work for you anymore, right? But readiness, it moves. And what else moves? When you're ready, even when you're fearful, a lot of times. Because when we're in fear, fear feels urgent. Y'all, let me tell you, I had this fear of bees, right? And one time I had never ran so fast, I don't feel like, in my life. And I saw this bee coming and I took off. And it was following me too. So I ran harder, longer. I didn't care who was watching. I ran down the whole block. True story, y'all. And I'm just like, listen, it didn't take much. It was like when fear was present at that time, I didn't even think. I just responded. When someone is truly afraid, they move without convincing, right? Whether it is you're afraid of being in the same place, you're afraid, like a lot of people, when they get into that space, that's when they're like, okay, look, you don't have to convince me. It's just confirmation for me, and I'm ready to move forward. I want to give you guys another example because I know that we had a snowstorm weeks ago, and people prepare for that, right? They found the extra money, they stocked up, they secured their safety. They didn't wait to feel perfectly confident or to be like, listen, I'm just going to, let the storm happen, and then on the day of the storm, then I'm going to go out and see. Like, no, people moved because their safety, they felt like, was not secure. They wanted to feel safe. They wanted to feel secure. So they went out and they purchased things. And then when the storm came, before the storm came, right before that, some grocery stores were empty. They were, it wasn't a lot of stock for other people. But the energy was very intense. And it wasn't nearly as bad as what it seemed. So what message are you receiving from fear? Right? Are you listening correctly? So during this silence period, it's about really listening. It's about that communication, that inner communication. Because when you fear being stuck, and when you fear staying right where you are, when you fear not accomplishing your goals, when you fear regret, that fear is not your enemy. That's all information. That's telling you something, right? But the deeper question is, what are you so afraid of that's keeping you comfortable? Because when you have those fears, you don't need convincing anymore. You just start to move. Now, is it ego? Like, I'll research it, I'll figure it out. Is it pride? I'm a coach, I'm a teacher. I don't need to learn from someone else. I don't need another coach or a mentor. I shouldn't need that support. People looking at me a certain way. I don't want them to feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a scarcity. I don't have the funds. So I'm going to wait till everything perfectly aligns, and I'm going to invest in myself once my account looks this certain amount, or once I get my taxes, or once I do this, once I do that. Is it image? What will people say about me? What will people think? I'm so used to being a people pleaser that, I'm really concerned about what my family thinks, what my friend thinks, what people around me think, even what your spouse might think, or how you look doing it. Will I sound crazy? Now, if you answer yes to any of those, that's not even a stuck problem. that means you're just protecting an old identity. And we've talked about identities, you guys. And I want to tell you guys that this is why the Goddess Awakened Identity Reconstruction Part 1 exists. And it's starting on March 1st. For 4 weeks, we identify the voices that you hear, your nervous system, your ego, your fear, and your conditioning. We separate the comfort from intuition so we know the difference. Because sometimes we feel like we're being intuitive, but we're still operating out of comfort. Because intuition, it feels calm, but comfort, it feels really familiar. Intuition makes you, you know what I'm saying? It feels different. Now, unfamiliar doesn't mean wrong. It means new. And so once you realize that, you know what, I'm just stepping into something new, doesn't that feel, it feels a lot better when you say I'm stepping into something new than when you're just like, all right, I'm letting go of all the old stuff so that I can finally move on, so I can be healed. And I mean, it's great. It's all great. But sometimes we might just need to change what we're saying, especially if those words, those phrases are holding you back. So you guys, from now, the doors are opening to the March 1st container for 4 weeks starting today, and it's open. I'll place the link below, and just for a limited time, I'm going to be offering the access to this for $111. The full value is $333, you guys. Payment arrangements are available for those that are committed and those that are ready. Those that are ready. Okay, those that are ready. Let me say that again. If you're ready, if you're done being in comfort, if you're done feeling stuck, if you're done staying where you are, I'm talking about in every area, because even when we want our finances to change, even when we want our relationships to change, there is something that needs to change in us first. If you're done not accomplishing your goals, if you're done living in regret, having those same thoughts, your past traumas coming up over and over again, you're like, man, like when will this end? All right. So guys, since today is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, we're going to honor that by doing something powerful, you guys. We're going silent. So if you're joining me from 7 a.m. to 12 to noon, that is amazing. Or for as long as you can, even if it's just 1 hour, I would say a minimum of 1 hour if you can, because that's a very powerful thing. Even if it's like sitting in silence, if you have to create a time or whatever you can do, just honor Mercury today. Just honor yourself today, that communication, that alignment. See, a lot of times we're just floating through life, but there are certain things that are happening that we can actually align with that energy. And it's helpful, right? So today we're going to practice listening before we're speaking. Most of us are constantly talking, explaining, responding, and just reacting to life all the time. But how often do we just sit long enough just to hear what's underneath, what's within, to hear our own voice sometimes before we hear the voices of someone else, the voices of our past, the voices of unsolicited advice and opinions, the voice of judgment, right? So during this time, don't do any unnecessary talking. I want you to journal what comes up. You can do it after, you can do it during. Just reflect and listen to uplifting audios and different things like that. So if it's urgent, of course, handle it, do what you have to do, but just do the best that you can to honor Mercury today, to honor yourself today. And also, one of the biggest reasons I was doing this, it wasn't just about Mercury. That was the icing on the cake. But it was really about integrating the energy of yesterday. We had the fire horse, the solar eclipse. We had other things happening in the cosmos. We had the new moon in Aquarius, right? We started that year of the fire horse yesterday. But I know a lot of times when you feel that type of energy, sometimes it can feel massive and we just want to go and do everything right away. But now I want us to switch that for a second and do something different. Now I want us to get up on that horse and know that we don't have to take off so quickly, even though it's a fire horse, not just yet. That we need to integrate that energy within us so we can hear how to move without burnout, how to move without feeling overwhelmed, how to move with clarity, maybe even how to move with community, how to move with collabs with people, how to be able to trust more. finding that clarity, those things that you've asked yourself over and over and over. Now, I want to challenge you guys, because I know that sometimes this can be really hard. Not many people volunteered to do this yesterday, but I understand why. But I want you to think about a person that loses their voice when you're sick. You figure it out. You figure it out. So I know you can figure this out in some way, because this step actually matters. You can't move forward continuing to do the same things that you've been doing before, right? There's something that evolves. There is something changes. When you remove old things, new things come in. So sometimes it's removing those old patterns and allowing something fresh to come in that we've never tried before, and just seeing how it works for us. So during this silence, it's going to reveal to you what you've been avoiding, what you've been suppressing, what you're actually ready for, maybe even what needs to be released still. Silence reveals a lot. It reveals what noise hides. I'm going to say that again. Silence reveals what noise hides. And I'm not speaking to the comfortable person. I'm speaking to the woman or the man who only needed confirmation. So March 1st, you guys, is the doorway. Tomorrow is preparation. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready, or are you just comfortable? Are you just comfortable? All right, you guys. So I'm going to be leaving the links below. You guys, make sure that you're following me. Thank you so much for those that are following me on these social media platforms, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to leave my link to YouTube. Some exciting things are coming there. I'm going to also... if you're not subscribed, subscribe. It's different than following. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe so that you will receive the emails that are going to be coming through Substack, my videos that are going to be posted on YouTube. And of course, guys, I'm going live this Saturday, you guys. I'm going to be talking about Queen Esther. And I am so excited about that. So you guys, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited. One other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about really quickly is during this time, no matter how long you decide to do, if you're doing hourly, I just want you to start off with awareness. Start off with awareness, just being aware simply. Just listening, I don't know, just aware of your surrounding, what you're hearing, what's coming up, how you're feeling when things happen, not using your voice, but thinking about it first. It's like training yourself. Like a lot of people, they want certain things, but it's like, this is the groundwork. This is where it starts. You have to know how to hear your own voice. So when you get into those rooms, you're not persuaded by what everybody else wants you to do. You're standing on what you know, right? Or what you feel, how intuitively you're being led. And not just because of others, but also for you, the clarity that you desire. So start out with awareness, you guys, and then release, identify what's going on, right? What do you feel? Take authority over it. Stay the course. Don't give up as you're activating yourself in a new way, because you're ready. You're done convincing yourself out of growth. You're done shrinking. You're done waiting. Right? Now you're moving because you know you're called to move, because you definitely have a significant purpose here in this realm. And we need you, which is why I say, you guys, remember that you are magic. So today, be magical, spread love, and share your freaking story, because someone is waiting to hear from you. And of course, you deserve to be heard. So I love you guys. Enjoy this. I'm going to stop because it's going to be 7 a.m. soon. And listen, you guys, I'm not even able to tell my husband Grand Rising or say anything to him. It's going to be a wave. It's going to be a hug. It's going to be a kiss or something. It's going to be something like that. With my kids, I'm like, listen, we got a little bit of sign language going on. We got a little bit of texting. We got a little bit of writing down stuff. But I'm excited to try something like this for 5 whole hours. And just see how it goes. And for you, remember, no pressure. Just do whatever it is that that you can do. But don't limit yourself. If you can, just do at least 1 hour. At least 1 hour. You can still get things done. You're just not doing unnecessary talking. Okay? So I love you guys, and have a great midweek.